What is going on, people? Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. Hey, today we have a very nice video that a lot of you guys always request, is how to introduce two dogs if you don't know if they like each other or not. So how to introduce one dog that's a little iffy to another dog that's also a little iffy. And so I went to Michigan a couple weeks ago and I was working with a dog, and she said, hey, my neighbor's dog, we want to introduce them. They seem okay, but Micah, the German Shepherd, is very reactive, growling, barking, and of course on the exterior it kind of looks like maybe we're not that friendly. So I walked through the whole process of how to introduce these two dogs under these particular circumstances, and I'm going to be popping up in the screen and giving you guys kind of a play-by-play. So anyway, I thought this was a good conversation piece. I know a lot of you guys ask about this, of how to introduce dogs and if you're unsure and what cues to look for. So anyway, if you guys haven't yet, do not forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Alright, so we have neighbor Brutus, which is a Shar Pei, and we have Micah, leave it, who is very reactive to Brutus, and we're trying to introduce them to see how Micah, because Micah is generally pretty good with dogs, but she has certain reactivity levels with different dogs. So the goal now is to go out and try to get Micah introduced to a new dog, which is neighbor Brutus. And as you guys just saw, she was barking pretty good for a while. So we're gonna go out and I'm gonna walk through the process of, I don't know, maybe they won't get along, but just how to introduce a reactive dog that's not aggressive to another dog that's pretty neutral and potentially friendly. Okay, break. Okay, break. Come on, baby. It's okay. Good job. Good job. Good job. So all good body language, tails wagging. Brutus is a little like, oh, this is different. Hey, Brew.
Yeah, it's funny too, because they all have dogs that come in out of their yard. There's no issue, but
this barrier maybe.
Part of the scare, and then I think.
Yeah, and the frustration of if they have those barriers. Good job.
Yay.
Come here. So normally, have they met before, or they just kind of have been acquainted?
They have met before, like so when early on, Stacy brought Bruce over.
It's okay. Yay.
They were fine.
Cool.
But prior to that,
well, a lot of it, like what we were just seeing from Micah was the reactivity of, like we talked about earlier, of just being withheld. Just because she's barking doesn't mean she's like aggressive or anything.
like her hair, like I mean, it was like so.
Yeah, I mean.
Listen, her hair was up. And
Yeah, it's not like a 100% like gotta go play. She's more like, I gotta go investigate. But the more you let them do this, good job, Brutus. Good job. Like Brutus is definitely liking this interaction. He's just a little nervous, which is totally okay. So the way that I did it was very play nice or this is over kind of thing, you know, where I was like, they're gonna meet, and if I see anything I don't like from her, she gets corrected, and then we pull her away. And that's kind of how I did it. I want you guys to listen to this next clip, and with the dog owner next door, her voice inflection is huge. Now this could be a situation that could make or break a meet and greet with dogs, and I want you to listen to how she says it and what she says. What she says is very like hostage negotiation of like, it's okay, I'm okay, everything's cool, we're cool, and what it does is it creates that animosity and that tension between the dogs because of the voice inflection. And so naturally I try to always correct people, but she's not my client, it's non-solicited in this case, and so I kind of do exactly what you should do directly after, which is cheering them on, like, good job, guys, you're doing good. So again, voice inflection is huge. So I just want you to watch this next clip and listen, more importantly.
Look at that. Yay. Oh, it's okay. It's all fine.
Good job, Birdie.
We like let them without leashes like at some point, or how does that work?
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna have any issues. But you know, just the only thing I would be worried about is them running away. But with them like together, what I would do is just do this more often. And I think Brutus would do better without the leash, like without the restriction. And at this point, it's just about like really just figuring out what's their deal. Like, you know, are they, what's going on? What's the signals here? And it's really just, Brutus is kind of like, okay, what are you going to do to me? You know? And then she's, and I think it's the way that, I think it's just the way that we kind of like approached it too.
Yeah.
And this prong that we switched to has that, just has the ability to just get it, like it's very defined. You know, it's kind of like, nope, just a little quick pop.
Yeah.
Just to correct, like, just, you know, just like any other dog, like if you watch dogs interact and play, I'm like the third dog in this mix where I'm watching, and then there's always like the police aspect of dog pack mentality, if you will. Brutus is chilling.
He doesn't like the harness. It makes him itch.
Yeah.
Drop and roll and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was playing that role of like, I'll police if I feel like, and you'll see older dogs do that frequently. Okay. Like if you get two dogs playing, the older dog will kind of go in and break it up and be buzzkill. Yeah. So that's what I would have done if like, if she got, you know, if she did anything I didn't like, I would have just corrected her and walked away. And she would have been like, okay. Thing is too is like, why don't one of you guys pet Brutus and see if the,
Look at that.
good. Because that was the only trigger I would have said that would have done anything, is if one of you, which is her, you know, pack, that might change something. But so in the future, like if you're looking for different triggers, because right now they're good, but they're also on, well, yes, and semi-neutral. Like we're not in the house, we're not up on the patio and up on the patio, so it's kind of a neutral area, kind of. It's his yard. But kind of hers too over there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so just, that's the only thing I would say in the future is just like, if you guys ever were to like cross each other's yard, just be conscious of it, that's all. Just being conscious of, like if you were to pet him and then all of a sudden she went, bing,
Yeah.
like that wouldn't be out of character. I would be like, oh, that makes sense. So anyway, just watch that. Because I think Brutus would be like more confident, more comfortable off leash because he's not so restricted. Where like her, she's probably a little better on the leash for a little bit, just so if she decides to get grumpy for whatever reason, I can just go, nope. Good job, baby. And she really doesn't care anymore.
Yeah. So, but how did you get her across the threshold here?
I just pulled her over without the collar on, of course.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that's a wrap for today. I hope this video was insightful. I hope it was helpful. I just kind of picked this apart and I said, you know what? I think people are going to be into this. I think it's going to give them some good insight on, again, we had Micah, I know isn't aggressive. I know that she's not mean. And I know from the stories I've heard that they really don't hate each other. They just, their owners were just a little nervous. So I just wanted to walk you through that process. I hope it was insightful and helpful. Of course, if you guys haven't yet, do not forget to smash that subscribe button, like this video, and in the comments below, don't forget to let me know what you thought of this video. I appreciate you guys very much, and I will talk to you probably Saturday. Bye!
Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other.